A whole grandmother, probably 56 years old, pretending to be a 16-year-old.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So this video is a story time that will get your mouth drop like and yes, your girl is still not at home. I've still not been able to film my normal setup, but yeah, you guys bear with me. We'll still get back to normal schedule, so you guys just bear with me trying to make shift with what I can do with time and space at this time. Okay, so apparently this video is a video of a woman who came to share a story that happened to her mom. So she said her mom was what, I don't know what they call them, these people that takes in foster children into their house and take care of them. So this happened in the UK, and she said my mom decided to have this young woman that the UK government said was from Congo. She's 16 turning 7, she's 15 turning 16, and how this woman does not have a home, how she flee the crisis going on in Congo, which that is a valid crisis that is still going on to date, not just in Palestine that things are happening. Okay, so yeah, so this woman said her mom took in this supposed young girl in, and then they started noticing things that this girl might not be 16. And guys, finding out how old this girl eventually was will get your jaw dropped. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but we're going to check out the sister story and hear her story, and let me know what your own take about the story is. So we're going to check it out, but before we go into the story, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash the subscribe button, because we post video every single day. We try our best to get everything, like we try our best to get a video out there every single day, no matter whatever is going on with our lives. So please support this girl by subscribing to this channel. Okay, so yeah, I can't really talk because anyway, let's just get into this video and then we'll come back and talk more.
I have the maddest story to share with you today, and it's the sort of story that you only hear on the news, social media and in movies. So I never thought that something like this would ever happen to me. Some of you may know that my mum is a foster carer. She's been a foster carer for over 10 years. Now, she hasn't taken any new children in a very, very long time. She gets a call from the fostering agency to say that there is a child that's in need of a desperate placement. Now, this child is someone that at the time they were 15, supposedly about to turn 16, and she was fleeing the war in Congo. Free Congo, that's something that's very real and that's very sad, so free Congo every time. So her background was that she had basically walked into a church in Manchester and said that she had nowhere to stay. When she had made her way to the UK, she found a lady who kindly let her stay with her. So the only things that she had on her was a handbag and some yellow sandals. The fostering agency asked if my mom would be able to kindly take her in, and after hearing her story and also knowing about what is going on in Congo, of course my mom said yes. This was actually during the time that I was in Ghana, so I didn't get to see this girl until I came back home. But there was just some strange things that my mom started to notice. She didn't quite look 15. 2 days after she moved in, she said it was her 16th birthday, and when you are a child that is in care, your foster carer is obligated to give you, I think, at least a minimum of £100 and buy you some birthday gifts. So I also thought that was quite strange when I found out that her birthday was like 2 days later. So I remember when I was coming back home and I was asking my mum, how has it been going while I've been away and that sort of thing, and my mum was just like, I'm not really too sure, like I just get a strange feeling about her, but you see for yourself when you see her. She doesn't really look 16 to me, but let me know what your thoughts are. I've heard about stories like this, but I just thought, what were the chances? Anyway, I meet her, and the only way I can describe it is she looks like one of those people that she could be 16, but she could also be 30 years old. Black don't crack, so I wasn't too sure. But there was just certain things about her mannerisms that really didn't seem like a 16-year-old girl. She also claimed that she didn't speak any English whatsoever, so she only spoke French and Portuguese, which luckily my mum can speak them both fluently. So I was not actually able to ever communicate with her. I was in the sitting room one day and I was just watching Netflix, and she came downstairs and she was like, "Oh, is your mum home, by the way?" And she literally said it in perfect English, and I was just like, no, she's out at the moment. And she saw what I was watching on the TV. I think I was watching Selling the OC. And she just stood by the TV watching it for like 5 minutes. And I was just thinking, I thought you said that you didn't speak any English. There was also another occasion where we were all eating dinner and my mom said to me, "Have you seen the black cup anywhere?" She literally went to go and grab the black cup for my mom and give it to her. And me and my mom both realised at the same time, but we obviously didn't say anything. Now, there's so many different stories, and this has been just a 1 month span of time. But one I found really funny is she was watching TV one time and my mum asked her what she wants to watch, and she wanted to watch cartoons and Barbie. Obviously, she could really like Barbie and cartoons, but to be honest, I feel like the typical 16-year-old doesn't really watch those type of things that she was watching. I really found it strange how my mum drove her to church one day, and then after that, every Sunday, she would just walk to the church by herself. And I just felt like, if you've just come to this country by yourself, do you really know how to get somewhere? 15-minute walk, 10-minute walk, that sort of thing. You don't even have a phone. It was really given that she'd been in the country a long time, that I was minding my business. So as there was some suspicion that she might not actually be a 16-year-old, the Home Office just wanted to do some additional checks on her, and this happened last week Monday. When the checks came back, when I tell you my jaw hit the ground, my jaw hit the ground and has still not recovered. They managed to locate her passport due to her doing a fingerprint when she had the Home Office age assessment, and basically they found out that she was not 16. And when my mom said that to me, I was thinking, okay, she is probably like in her 20s. I thought there's no way she could be older than 30, nothing like that. This lady was 56. 5'6", as in my mom's age mates. A whole grandmother, probably. 56 years old, pretending to be a 16-year-old. Mazzoline. I was in shock. I was in disbelief. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have watched Orphan. However, before these checks came back and we had this suspicion, I just remember the movie Orphan coming into my head, and I just thought, nothing like this could ever happen to me. Like, there's no way. But it did. Minus the trying to kill the whole family part. Wow. Thank God. They basically said that obviously the UK doesn't play when it comes to immigration and all of those sorts of things, and if you've come into the country illegally, and also if you're a whole grown woman, a whole elder, trying to pretend that you're a teenager, it's kind of mad, because they were going to put her in school. Wow. So we had to kind of act normal. We knew that she wouldn't be in the house much longer, but we had to kind of just act normal for the next 24 hours until the Home Office came to get her. And I remember going to the toilet in the middle of the night and I was just terrified. I don't know why. I think it's because of the movie Orphan. But I was just so scared, just looking back at all the times that I've interacted with her, all the times that I've seen her in the house. Really shocked that like she was pretending to be younger than me. Meanwhile, she was literally my mom's age mate. She even had a bedtime. Madness. Watching cartoons, watching Barbie. Meanwhile, you're a whole 56 years old. Anyway, the Home Office came the next day and they did escort her out of the house. And I'm not sure what's going to happen to her now, but I think they may be taking her to a detention centre in London. I just want to add that I actually do find this quite sad. I feel like, number one, the UK has gone and colonised so many countries, yet they make it so difficult for Africans to come here and work here and just make an honest living. Like, if the UK made it easier for Africans to just come here and work, then they wouldn't have to resort to doing all of these things. Like, yes, it's wrong what she did, but I think that the UK is also has a part to play. I personally feel like all of the countries that the UK has colonized, they should make it easy for those countries to easily come and live and work in the UK. There really is a stigma that Africans are lazy. I definitely feel like they're one of the most hardworking people ever, and if they were given certain opportunities, they wouldn't have to resort to such extreme things. So yeah, apparently she had actually been attempting to come to this country many different times, and through her doing the fingerprint, they were able to locate the passport. So when she had come, as I had said, she literally had nothing but her handbag and some yellow sandals. So no ID. Her real name might not even be the name that we know.
So please go down in the comment section and let me know what you think about this amazing story down in the comment section. And the issue this young woman pointed out, talking about how the UK has colonized a lot of African countries, especially African countries, and yet it is so hard for those countries to have access to the UK. I have a lot to say. Like, I have a lot. I can go for days on this topic, but also I want to know what you think about the story, and also that take that UK make it really so frustrating for Africans to get into their country and stay or work and all that. I also want to know your own take down in the comment section, okay? But please keep it respectful. As always, you're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So feel free, share your opinion, but please be respectful about it, okay? So here's my own take about this, is the fact that, first off, that is scary to know that a 50-something years old woman is passing on to be a 16 years old girl. That's scary. That's just scary. That's just scary. I know, like, I am one of those people that I can literally pass on to be like in my 20s and all that. I also think, fun fact, I also think I can actually pass on as a teenager if I want to. Okay? I feel like I can actually pass off that way. But getting 50 something, a grandma, like, that's just scary. But I feel like the story, as scary as the story could be, but the main conversation that is not being had here is how the UK government has forced a lot of Africans to go into this route where they get in there, they lie about their age, they lie about their status and all that. I have so much to say about this topic because this is something that I've really dabbled into before, and I'm here for it anyway. And I feel like these are conversations that should be had repeatedly over and over again. And sorry guys if it seems like I'm distracted. Yes, I am distracted. I'm literally outside, everybody's passing and staring. Okay, so yeah, I'm distracted if I'm looking up and all that. Yes, I am. Okay, so anyway, here's my own take on that, on the UK's own part of it. It's really saddening how generally the UK, Europe really have free access to Africa, to a lot of countries in Africa, and yet a lot of Africans don't have that access to those countries. I know if you have a privileged passport, you might not know what I'm talking about. You might not know how this runs deep. Just a few days ago, the Europe Union, the EU, the Schengen zone, literally talked about how much money they've made from Africans for denying Africans visa applications. And if you've ever gone into visa application, which I personally have experienced and been denied, yes, I was among one of those people that they're talking about. It's just so crazy how these people, I feel like they capitalize on it and they just really milk a lot of Africans and trying to say, oh, Africans are lazy, or I'm not sure you're going to go back to your home and all that. And yet most of the states that most African countries are states, like when I mean states, the condition of most of these countries are conditions that are being made because of the way most of these colonized masters left the country, and they still have a grip hold on the country and the natural resources of this country, and yet they still tell you that, oh, you don't know. I remember when I applied for a Schengen visa, they said, oh, we don't think you're going back to your country. And the honest truth is that I have no intention of staying there. I just wanted to go visit, and also I also wanted a visa, because when you have one of those visas on your passport as in Nigeria or as an African country, it just makes you traveling to a lot of other countries really easily. And that's one thing I really wanted to do. I really want to travel a lot. Even traveling around Africa, you still need a visa to some African countries, even as an African. So it's really crazy how these people, they really navigate and they can move freely. Beginning this year, myself and my very good friend Maria, we did a trip to West African countries because it was visa free. We went on, we had a blast. But one consistent thing that we saw repeatedly in this country was that they had a lot of foreigners in this country, especially in the francophone countries. We have a lot, when I mean a lot of foreigners from different parts of Europe, from Asia. Like a lot of Europeans were there, and a lot of them, they've established life, they live in this country. Like there's no store, so they just buy a ticket and they are there. Why, as an African, you want to go to their country, you are spending arm and leg. And they've also painted this notion, because of the way the states of a lot of African countries are, a lot of Africans are looking for daily bread for their family, that they have to travel out of their country, out of their motherland, to go to these European countries, this Western world, so that they can provide for their family. And yet these people make it so hard. And this is the same people that have come to the continent to steal a lot of resources from us, and yet you have to fill 1,000 people. I remember when I also applied to the UK visa, and they denied me too because they said they don't understand my phone. I'm a content creator, but said they don't understand my phone. It's really interesting how these people, they will do this. But that just really, what the woman did is wrong, don't get me wrong, like what she did is wrong, but I'm just making you to see how sometimes it's really like, once a lot of Africans get into this country, they are really so desperate, because it took them so much for them to even have access to those countries, for them to even get into those countries, that they would do anything not to come back home, not to leave, because they are not ready. I'm not making excuses for her to go through that process. Like, I'm so scared for even applying for visas. I'm like, I'm not doing anymore. But the truth is that if you really, really want to travel, you have to go to those countries. You need to have those countries on your passport as an African, so that it helps those other countries to grant you visa. So it's really like a do the situation. So I get it. But anyway, I find this conversation very, very interesting. I want to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful as always. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree. Okay, we are allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So feel free, share your opinion, but be respectful as always. With that all said, guys, don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.